Hello boys and girls, welcome to art. My name is Miss Miller and I am your art teacher. So this year we're going to work with a bunch of different materials, clay, oil pastels, watercolors. I hope you have fun doing this. Before we start using those materials, we need to learn about the do's and the don'ts of the art room. So we're going to watch a video so that you guys know what to do. I hope you enjoy it.
Hey! Stop! She's sticking her tongue out at me!
Don't touch me!
Move! This is cool! Miss Walter is being an awesome line leader here and quietly leading in this class. Now you don't have to have your finger at your mouth for the quiet symbol, but you can walk in quietly. Awesome job!
Awesome.
Every table has a job. Not all jobs will be used every week though. Paper police is one that is used every week, and if you want to be paper police, it will change every week. So it will rotate through clockwise that you will get to that job eventually. Sink monitors clean out the cups and the brushes and paint supplies that we have used that have gotten dirty in class. They will not be used every class, just when we need stuff to be cleaned.
Hey! It's my turn! I want to wash it!
Please paint your nails.
Oh no! That's not the way we do it.
They have the water adjusted nicely here, that it's not coming out too fast or too slow, and they're working nicely together, and then putting the cups on the drying rack.
Yay!
Volume control is always a favorite job. It is when you as a table are in charge of saying if the room is too loud, or if it's okay, then you don't have to say anything at all. But if the class is too loud as a whole, you can clap your hands together and get the class's attention and kindly tell them that they are too loud. If they don't listen after you've warned them, you can take down a letter. And if they start getting better, you as a table can decide if you want to give back a letter. You shouldn't give it back though after a minute. You have to earn it back first. And if the class keeps getting louder and louder, you'll keep taking down the letters after you warn them. And then if all 3 letters are gone, it's a silent art class. Which doesn't happen often, and we don't like that because it's not as fun when you get to talk while you're creating. So let's make sure that we're listening well, that does not have to happen. If you are not being a good person with helping with the volume control and you're being rude to your friends and not following the 3 R's, you will get fired. If you are a chair chief and you're in 4th grade, you will be putting up the chairs. All my other grades will not be putting them up, you'll be pushing them in. They are doing an awesome job here. I love how Mrs. Proctor is helping Mrs. Skinger put up those chairs. Good teamwork, making sure we're not hitting anybody accidentally. Awesome.
For helping me.
That's it, you got it.
Supply management might not be used every class, but they will be used to hand out more difficult supplies like paint and paintbrushes.
Who wants paintbrush? Who wants paintbrush? Who wants paintbrush? Paintbrushes for everybody!
I don't want that.
Paintbrushes! Paintbrushes! I don't have to give it to kids. No, I want yellow.
No, I want that one.
I don't like that one. You have to take them back then. That's all we do.
Oh no. I think you guys can do better than they can. Don't tell them I said that.
Thank you. You're welcome. Thank you.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
I love how polite everybody is being and how the paint is being pushed to the middle of the table so everybody can reach it.
See, I knew you could do it.
Floor inspectors will check the floor after the room has been cleaned up, and if tables have messes, kindly ask them to clean it up or help clean it up.
You need to clean up the floor. Yours is a mess. Clean it up. You're not moving. Let's go. Come on. Time is money. Clean it up. Fine. That's not nice. Oh. Guys, we need to clean up our mess. It's time to clean up. Can we do that, please?
Everybody's working beautifully together and kindly to clean up the mess that was made in the room and not blaming others, just helping.
Go team, go team, go team.
It is Paper Police's job to hand out folders and projects and then collect them at the end of class.
Hey, wait a minute. I want some of those.
You can have one.
She took them
You
all.
can have one.
Give it to me.
I want That's not mine.
I want that one.
This is
I don't get one. I didn't
Violet. I got Violet.
No!
Two for you and two for me.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Thank you. Oh, thank you. You're welcome. Oh, I like green. I like orange. Here we go.
And you one over here.
Oh, and there's one for that table. Oh, wait a minute. This is your table.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Yeah, we got it. We can do it.
Okay, blue table, come and get your supplies.
No, you're blue.
You're not blue.
We're blue. Sit
Yeah,
down.
we're blue.
No, we're blue. We're blue. You're
I'm
green.
first. Wait,
You're
I'm
first.
first.
No,
Violet table.
Oh, that's what. No, that's not fair.
Stop it.
But I want it.
No.
Yellow table, come on over and get your supplies. Violet table. Green table. And last but not least, blue table. Notice how everybody is waiting until their table is called, walking over nicely, going in the same direction, grabbing their supplies, and then walking to their seats around, not going back through that line.
You said either or. Thank you.
It's important to clean up as soon as we hear that timer ring. Make sure that you are not pushing or shoving your friend, and clean up orderly but quickly so that our teacher isn't waiting on us or other classes aren't waiting on us.
Time to clean up. Who needs a haircut? Haircut? Sure. She does. Yeah. Get off my hair.
Get out of my way! I'm trying to clean up. Move it. Go.
Haircut?
I'm
Miss
not
Miller,
done.
she's trying to cut my hair
I'm
off.
not done. I'm not done. I am not done. Don't mind.
Everybody is nicely returning their supplies where they got it from, not pushing or shoving, and being kind and following the 3 R's to everybody.
Oh yeah, we got it now. High five.
Blue table, line up.
I want to be the line leader. I want to be the line leader.
I'm first in line.
Violet table.
Miss Miller.
Miss Miller. No.
What?
That's not our table.
Violet table.
I told you weren't supposed to line up.
Well, I wanted to be
Y'all
first.
need to stop talking.
You cut it.
I'm the line leader.
No.
They don't want to go.
No.
Okay.
You went
Oh, they did it. Look, they're good. They're.
This time they are taking their time to line up, listening for the correct table to be called, and walking and not fighting or pushing or shoving. And violet table. Bless you.
Thank you.
Oh yeah. High five. You rocked.
Okay, so we're going to take a quick tour of the art room. You just entered it right now, so this is what you'll be looking at. And right here we have sharpeners for you to use, my garbage, my recycling bin, and some hand sanitizer. Let's keep moving. We have the 3 R's all posted here. Art, which is very important. Remember, we use this for our behavior. If we're too loud, we'll lose a letter. But if we get it back together and we're working well, we'll get back that letter. Or if we continue working poorly, we'll keep losing that letter until we're quiet. So here's some art math, so how you mix those primary colors to create secondary colors. We have the cool color schemes with tints and shades below it. My timer, which will always be used in class. If I forget to start it, please remind me. But that's how we know when to clean up when the buzzer rings. We have neutral colors up here and warm. And this is very important. This is grade levels, what you'll be doing. So we start with 5th over here. Your projects will be below always the I can statements. And then it goes all the way down to kindergarten. We have my door to go out if there's a fire drill or an emergency situation that we need to leave the room. Drying racks and another garbage can. We have some amazing art hung up from last year's students. Stations, if we ever get to use them as a reward. My grade me bin where you hand in stuff. If I don't get it turned in, I can't grade it. Okay, so my desk, we know not to touch that. My cabinet, where I'll sometimes let you come in and get some supplies. And then this shelf here is where I'll always have your projects. So sometimes I'll forget to grab things out and I'll tell you to go to your shelf. And as you can see, it's labeled 5th, 4th, 3rd, 2nd, 1st, kindergarten, pre-K, and 3s. So all your stuff will be stored there. Now, up here on the shelf, if I forget to get these down, which sometimes I won't get them down for my older grades, but our reflection sheets that we work on. As you can see, they look different. This is a simple form. This is starting to get a little harder with sentence starters, and this is the most difficult. So make sure you're picking the correct one. 5th grade, I shouldn't see you getting the pictures. 1st grade, I shouldn't see you getting the sentence runs. My cutting board, we should not be touching that ever. We don't want to get hurt. My final paper bin, where you'll get your final paper. Usually I have that on the counter. And then we have here our colored pencils, crayons, and markers. Make sure you're grabbing the correct color for your table. Sharpies and glue and scissors are in here, so if I don't have them out or you need them, make sure you ask first if you're 2nd grade on down. But my Sharpies are in here, my glue, and my scissors. Those are labeled as well. You do not need anything else in that cabinet. Okay, sketch paper, if you need another example of your sketch. If your marker has dried out and is now dead, please put it in the basket so I can use it. My bulletin board with your art jobs and all of these color schemes, sharpeners, and my sink is right here. Make sure you're using it correctly. I have my drying rack there to put supplies. Clay bin, since you guys are always so curious what it looks like, let's take a peek. Dun 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 dun. Clay! So don't throw garbage in here because that's just a bunch of clay in there with water so it doesn't dry out and we can use it if we need to. My drying racks, my mats are right here for you to use, and if you need a pencil because there is not a sharp one in your bin, you may grab that. And then over here is where you will find your class bin. So let's say I am Mescal. I'll look where Mescal's name is, and my folder should be in here. Okay, we have some more bulletin boards here. Class of the marking period, 5 points, free draw. So here where you need supplies, you can get them once you are done with a project. And last but not least, we have our tables with our table diamonds above and below. So make sure you're matching those table colors to the supplies that you are using.
So 5 points is the points that you get for entering the art room every single day as a class. You can get your points in 5 ways. 1, by entering the room nicely. 2, by listening well. 3, by working hard. A 4th point, by cleaning up well. And a 5th point, by lining up well. So I will score you, and we'll score each other as a whole at the end of each class. I will then put your score on this chart here. And at the end of the marking period, I will total it. And the class that has the highest points will win class of the marking period and will get a prize or reward of some sort. Good luck. I hope you enjoyed that video, boys and girls, and I hope you enjoyed reviewing the do's and the don'ts of the art room. I hope you have a good year, and I look forward to working with you.